Hello people, it's your boy Usman back again with another video. This time we're talking about Manchester United vs West Brom. It's playing at Old Trafford at 3 o'clock on Saturday, and yes, the international break is finally over, thank God. Regarding the game itself, very nervous going into this game. West Brom, as we know, are in fine form. They've absolutely battered Arsenal in the last game, but let's talk about ourselves. We're off the back of that 3-1 victory against Middlesbrough. Surprisingly enough, half of our team wasn't playing. Very similar to this game, but we played fantastically. I think Rashford up top gives us another dimension to our play in comparison to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But just to roll off a couple of names, players that are definitely not playing this game. Jose's already come out and said Paul Pogba is not playing. He will be missing this game on Saturday, but potentially fit for the Everton game. Jones is also not playing. Smalling is also not playing. I don't really care about them two, not necessarily as much as Pogba. Zlatan's suspended, and Herrera is also suspended. Rooney is doubtful. Again, don't really care massively. Blind is doubtful, and Fellaini, otherwise known as Zlatan, potentially might not be playing as well. But like I said, with the Borough game, our team on paper probably a second team. However, one of our better performances we've seen in the last couple of months, it was absolutely fantastic. I think the main reason to it, I can't avoid it. It was because Zlatan wasn't playing and Rashford was playing up top. Main difference with Zlatan and Rashford obviously is the pace. Rashford does that one thing that we've not seen for a couple of months now with Zlatan, which is running in behind and stretching the play. That allows players like Lingard, who did it excellently against Middlesbrough, to get those pockets of space, as Rashford dragged the defender out of the sort of back line, and just he creates space for other players to get involved and just dictate the play from there. Players that matter, Mkhitaryan and who Lingard showed it against Middlesbrough, will really benefit from this. When Zlatan's playing, a lot of the play is in front of them because he's the kind of player that you need to be hitting the ball up to, so he collects the ball, holds up the play, and hopefully get runners off. Something that we've not done a lot of this season is actually utilize Zlatan's ability to hold the ball and actually get runners off. Rashford benefits our team massively in the sense that we don't really need somebody to hold the ball. We can play the ball in behind, and whether Rashford gets it or not, we've got other players that can move forward as well with Rashford to create areas of space to progress up the field. And that's something that was massively beneficial to our game against Borough, and you saw how it was creating space for Mata in particular and Lingard, who was dominating that game. And I'm just thinking here, Mkhitaryan's fit, Mata's fit, Martial's fit. Those players with Rashford up top are going to massively benefit with the fact that he's going to take a couple of defenders with him and create space for the likes of Martial, Mickey and Mata. Can you imagine them in the amount of space Lingard had against Middlesbrough? It's going to absolutely be lethal. But that other side, for me, West Brom are a very well organised team defensively. Most of the battle is going to be in midfield. Is massively important that the players that are playing in the middle of the park for us are definitely up for a battle, because this is not going to be an easy game whatsoever. Like I said already, you saw exactly what they did to Arsenal. They bullied them at every given opportunity. The Arsenal players were very weak on the ball, and they were just getting pushed off, which is something I do not want to see against our players. So for that matter, this is the team I'm going to select going into this game. This is the team I will personally select. I don't have a clue what Jose is going to do. It's probably going to play 3-4-3, isn't it? But going into my team, David De Gea in there, Antonio Valencia at right back, centre backs, I've already said Smalling and Jones are not available for this game, so it's a no-brainer. Bay is definitely playing. Rojo has just come back from international duty. I believe he's come back on the Thursday, which is obviously the day I'm recording, so I don't really know if he's going to be in the right frame of mind to play this game, but we don't really have any other options. He's not going to bring Tuan Sabian. I can't imagine him playing Blind at centre back. I already said he's doubtful, so I'm just going to go for Rojo and Bailey. To be honest, it's quite a good partnership because they're very, very compatible defenders, if that's the correct word. But I mean, the fight is basically left back. I'd love to see Luke Shaw, but again, I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be Darmian, isn't it? Let's be honest, he's actually fit for this game. So this is where I think the game's going to be won and lost in the middle of the park. So I'm going to go for 4-3-3. Carrick is the obvious player who's going to be playing. There's nobody else. I would love to see Fosu Mensah alongside Michael Carrick, but again, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Fellaini will probably be able to pass a late finish test. I think George is going to provide us with a bit more news on the Friday press conference, but I think Fellaini will be fit to play. And in front of them, I've said it many times this season, either Mkhitaryan or Mata. I don't really care which way around it is. Both of them need to get into the pockets of space that Rashford will be creating for them. They need to exploit the space, pick up the ball like Lingard did against Middlesbrough and absolutely run at the players with pace, you know, and just get them running back towards their own goal. West Brom are very good when everything's played in front of them. If you go down the wings and cross the ball in, we're not going to get any joy. We need to try to play down the middle of the pitch because the players that they've got, like Fletcher, is it Livermore, I think who's probably going to be playing there. Yes, they're very good, strengthening and all that kind of stuff, but they're not very good with agile players. You know, Sanchez has ripped him apart many a time. I know that's not a very good example given what's just happened recently, but the likes of Sanchez, Hazard, these kind of players, you know, cause a lot of threats, and we've got our own Sanchez and Hazard in Mkhitaryan, who's very agile. He just glides past people, and we need Mkhitaryan in those pockets, gliding past the defenders and playing the ball direct to Rashford in and behind, getting him to run and just, you know, utilize that pace that we've got against a very slow West Brom defense. So just going back to my team section, I'm going to go for Mata on the right, Rashford up top, and Martial on the left. Like I said, use the pace that we've got with these players, you know, exploit the lack of pace that they've got in the back four. They've not really got anyone in particular that's very quick. The centre backs aren't good. We all know about Johnny Evans. He's not fantastic, you know, chasing plays, so to speak. So get Rashford running in behind, get Martial running in behind, and Mkhitaryan just get them running at the players. So let's talk about the opposition and what they can do to stop us. First things first, you know, the back four has scored the most goals from any team in the Premier League, defenders wise, you know, from set pieces. Obviously what happened against Arsenal, Dawson absolutely bullied them in the air, and that's probably what my sort of personal opinion on why we need Fellaini in the team. He's very good in there, obviously. You know, other players such as Bailey and Rojo need to be on their toes, especially from set pieces in particular, but just in general from corners. You saw what happened against Middlesbrough when we were sat so deep and inviting pressure on. That's something that we cannot afford to do against a West Brom team that are dangerous in the air, and if we do that, we're going to get absolute bullied, especially by the likes of Rondon, who's very good and physical in the air. So it's important that if we do go ahead early, that we don't try to, you know, drop deep and allow them to put balls into the box, because that is definitely going to cause a lot of problems. You saw exactly what happened against Borough. They got to go back into it, and if Borough can do that against Southampton scored in about 6 hours, West Brom are definitely going to have a lot of joy in that. So what I want to see from our players is pushing them as far back as we can, pressing them high up the pitch, you know, stopping their players such as Brunt getting on the ball in the wide areas, because like I said, they've got fantastic delivery. They've got a lot of midfielders that you know, you wouldn't really associate with West Brom, flair players. I know Phillips is a doubt for the game, so I don't really know if he's playing, but Nasser Chadli obviously was from Spurs, fantastic player. You know, he can rip us apart. He did it in the first game as well, but unfortunately for him, he didn't take his opportunities. But we need to be wary that they can play both ways. They can play long and they can actually play a bit of passing football, which they have shown this season. But that aside, you know, I think we should have enough to beat them, because, you know, we're fucking Man United basically. We're not Arsenal FC, but best way to beat them is play direct, play in behind, because they haven't got much pace. Try to play as much through the middle as possible, because if we go down the wings and try to whip in at every given opportunity, you know, we're not going to have much success, especially when Zlatan's not playing and Rashford is playing. That all aside, you know, I'm very nervous going to the game. They are a good team, they're on a decent amount of form, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 win United. You know, I can only flip and predict a win, can't I? But, you know, it's very important that we get the 3 points. Liverpool playing at Everton, Man City playing Arsenal, so there's opportunities for other teams to drop points around us, and we need to really capitalise, because we have got those massively pressurised games at the end of the season, so we need to really make up as much ground as we possibly can. No flipping chances on mistakes, please boys. Just get an early goal like we did in the first game and kick on from there. That all aside, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave your sort of opinions in the comments, your team selections, your score predictions. Like I said, I've gone for a 2-1. I think Mkhitaryan for me is going to be man of the match, because, you know, especially if he's in those pockets of space that Lingard was against Borough, he's going to cause them a lot of havoc with his pace, with Rashford running him down, Martial on the left, and Mata on the right. Yeah, like I said, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your weekend, and it's been your boy Usman back again with a bloody another Premier League roundup. Flipping come on United!